All right, guys, welcome back. This is the Smoke and Mirrors Tenet review.
Yeah, first review that we've done.
Yeah, this is the first video, audio, any review we've done.
Yeah,
really. There hasn't been any movies out. But yeah, today we got to actually watch Tenet here in Australia. It was actually pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So first time been to the cinemas in 7 months?
Yeah, since Jan.
Yeah. So the last movie that I think we all seen was episode 9, Star Wars.
Regretfully.
that was the second time I watched the movie too.
Yeah. And the first time I really watched it.
That is correct.
Because I fell asleep the first time I watched it.
Yeah, both of us were like jet lagged as fuck in LA.
Even though we had been there like a week already.
We was tired, man. We was on a run around. But yeah, we got to watch it.
Yeah, finally.
Yeah, finally. We didn't get a Dune trailer though, which was disappointing.
We got a Wonder Woman trailer, but not the new one.
We got an old Wonder Woman trailer.
Which is fine. What was your first thoughts about the movie?
How the fuck are they going to do this? How are they going to explain it so I understand it? Was my first thought.
Before you seen the movie?
Before I seen the movie. Yeah.
I was like, so times just going back and forward at the same time?
Yeah.
Like I didn't understand what was happening. Like I thought it's just for the trailer or whatever. How about you there, BD?
Yeah, I was in the same boat. I was trying to figure out how the hell it's going to work. Like I thought it was going to be like an infectious disease that was hitting people.
Yeah.
Like I thought it was going to be like it's not like a machine or anything. I thought it was just going to be like you get caught with some kind of virus that puts you into that reverse effect.
Yeah. Because they were talking about like a world-ending thing.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah. But it was weird. They actually explained it quite well, though. Once they got into it, they actually explained it really, really well. Look out for those hand signals because they actually help me understand what's going on.
Hand signals.
So you know how at the start of the movie, they talk about Tenet.
Yes.
That's the code word.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah,
I don't think we've decided if this is going to be spoilers. It's not going to be spoilers. I think we should do a section where we kind of get into spoilers and then we'll just signal you when it's end spoilers by like doing the side.
But yeah, overall, I really, really enjoyed the movie. Yeah, like overall, I really enjoyed the movie. I couldn't see. Like we had reports come out saying that he shot it 98% in camera or some crazy shit knowing Nolan. And it looked it.
Yeah.
I couldn't see computer graphics, CG, which was funny. Like it's funny nowadays seeing a movie like that.
So it was a really practical movie.
Unbelievably. Everything was real.
I don't know, like the usual Nolan tropes were there. So like the real serious protagonist.
Yep.
The music was fucking like, it was on point.
It was different, the music as well.
I know. So Ludwig Göransson.
Oh.
Yeah. So the guy that just won the Oscar for Black Panther and did Creed.
And did Creed, yeah.
Yep.
He came through because I think Hans was busy. Hans Zimmer. Because that's usually the collaborator.
Yeah. Is he a student of Hans?
No.
No?
No. Not that I know of.
It was just weird hearing a Nolan movie without the
Yeah, but this brought something else.
It was a lot of energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of fucking action in this movie.
Yeah. There was a lot of set pieces. What was your first thoughts? Like after the movie?
After the movie, I wanted to fucking see it again.
Yeah.
Like, I thought Nolan really simplified it down to like a point where you could understand it really well. Like when I walked out, I was like, I have so many questions. Like, you know, when you wish you just had a magic phone that could call Nolan straight away and just fucking ask like 3 hours worth of questions in one hit.
Do a Q&A with me real quick.
But I think the beauty of like movies like this and Inception is that after the movie, you start thinking heaps and then you start making sense of everything as well.
Yeah.
That's why I was a little quiet in the car there as well with the itis. I was just like fucking thinking the whole time. I must know.
So for me, I don't know what it is, but I need to watch a movie like that again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I need to think about it now and then go in and watch it again. I won't see it again at the movies, but from what I kind of felt that first go round, I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed the music, the sound design. Was fucking nuts.
Fuck, it was loud.
Yeah. So like we didn't get the Atmos trailer before the movie. Now usually we'll get the Atmos trailer because Nolan being the traditionalist
film purist.
Like the most that he'll push it is 5.1. I'm pretty sure he'd want to have it in mono if he could or stereo.
Nolan should spring for at least 7.1.
I know.
At least.
Get the back channels in there.
Back channels, man.
Back channels need some love too.
They do.
Hit it from the back.
But yeah, I did have questions when I came out of the movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I think for me, the kind of the biggest thing was, is this now a franchise?
Yeah.
Is that why Warner was pushing it so hard to make a certain amount or to only open up in a certain environment where like 80% of cinemas were open for business?
Yeah.
They're also like, they're making cinemas show Tenet for a really long time as well.
Up to 90 days.
Yeah.
Yeah. Seen that.
But overall, I really enjoyed it.
Really enjoyed it. JD, John David Washington, is fucking unreal in the movie. He's really, really good. Very believable.
Yeah.
Very much so like his father.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds exactly like him.
Yeah.
Damn, man. Yeah, he does.
Robert Pattinson was real good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes me, excited for tonight with the DC fandom stuff that's going to happen.
Yeah.
If we get to see.
If they show it.
Well, he's going to be there, so.
Do you reckon they gave a little glimpse of his Bruce Wayne?
I don't know.
English
Bruce Wayne.
He was very coy.
Yeah.
I like that, like getting in his spy bag.
He was, what's his face's character? Tom Hardy's character, right? From Inception.
Face.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to dream a little bigger, darling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like that character.
Like that character. Yeah.
The set pieces were unbelievable in there. So, like,
it's amazing.
Yeah.
Like, it's amazing. Like the pace that the movie goes at. Like, it's amazing that they can keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The escalation of the film is unbelievable.
The pacing was good.
It didn't feel like a 2.5 hour movie.
Yeah, it felt like 5 set pieces and it was done.
Yeah. And there's a lot of stuff you guys don't see in trailers as well in there. So
yeah, a lot of character development as well.
Yeah.
I think there was more character development with the more minor characters.
Yep.
Elizabeth Debicki.
Yeah.
She was cool in there.
Very Aussie girl.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Aussie girl in the movie.
She was really good in there. And Kenneth Branagh as the villain.
He's always good.
I thought it was really, really, like, he was solid as a villain. His accent stayed solid the whole time.
Kenneth Branagh should be a Bond villain.
Should be.
Straight up Bond villain.
I wonder how his villain would have been in Mission Impossible now.
Exactly.
Like, he would have been fire.
Yeah.
As Owen Davian.
Yeah. It would have been unreal.
Yeah.
And Mans was a little younger.
Yeah.
Would have got into his fight bag.
He would have had to for that last bit.
Yeah.
He'd done some
what's it called?
Casey.
KFM, yeah. Not the radio station.
But yeah, overall, damn good movie. Go watch it in a cinema because,
Don't catch it on a pirate copy. It's going to look dog shit.
Yeah.
And it's more than likely not going to make sense.
And I don't know if you guys noticed it, but if I had the ability to, I would have seen it at IMAX.
So would I.
Because you could see the IMAX scenes in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everything felt really close and intimate.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys felt like that as well, where some of the scenes were really, really close. And
Everything,
like
most of it was shot really close though.
But like if you had the extra frames from the IMAX shots,
yep,
it would look unbelievable.
I don't know if we got the 70mm cut for that IMAX screening, but we could have. It was big enough for it.
For the VMAX screening?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. So we've seen it in VMAX, which is our deluxe normal cinemas.
Yeah.
So it just shows the movie in, I think it was 2.35 by 1.
Yeah.
Aspect ratio.
But it is a bigger screen than usual, and the audio is always much better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we either get Atmos or like sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
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 You know what I've always loved about Nolan films is that he doesn't need the violence or the swearing to really portray a really good film. Not that you need violence and swearing.
Yeah.
But with all the action that goes on, you'd expect some some real tough shit to show up.
Yeah.
It was there. Like the violence was there.
Yeah.
I mean, he fights a guy with a bloody box grater and he's grating his hands and his face and
that was really, really cool. I liked how vicious they made him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they kind of downplayed his physicality.
Yeah. Yeah.
Until like he just got really, really aggressive.
Yeah.
Got in there, man.
Kept it light until it's time to get dark.
And then he got pitch black. What were you going to say?
No, I was going to ask about spoiler territory.
Yeah. Well, I reckon we get into spoilers now.
Yeah.
It's always just the fuck.
Big Conans.
But no, I was going to say I was fucking mad when they're doing the siege at the end and the forward and back with the pincer, and then that fucking building comes up and they blow it on one side and then it comes back up on the other side and they blow the bottom like that.
Yeah.
Fuck, that was cool.
They called it a temporal pincer move. Is unbelievable.
That was sick. So, in this portion of the movie, halfway through the movie, you get introduced to Aaron Taylor Johnson and what seems like the time cops.
Yeah. It was the TEC, Time Enforcement Commission.
But Van Damme didn't show up.
No, he did not.
With his beautiful mullet.
Yeah.
Doing the splits. But I think you're right in saying this might be a franchise, because when Pattinson goes to buy the farm, what do you call it? He says something about like an even bigger temporal pincer move, and it's only halfway through.
Yeah.
So I'm sure JD is going to have to formulate in the future and then come back even further, because he's got to get Pattinson years back.
Yeah. So, like, they tease a franchise in this movie where they kind of went, you've got a future in the past.
Yeah.
So it seems like now this is the beginning of his journey and understanding, and then he'll come right back. And I'm pretty sure it'll interlock with him from the future.
Well,
his past.
The end of the movie is essentially the start of this movie, right? With him taking the pill and killing himself. That's where this movie is supposed to end. That's the end shot of this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. We didn't find out who that guy was that was with him.
Yeah.
It didn't seem like just another part of his team. Yeah. So this does feel like it's a bigger world that Nolan's going to flesh out.
Yeah. Like there were so many questions, and it was really interesting in terms of the layers that they kind of went down. Like it started really surface where he was like a CIA agent, and then it kind of went to like really like secret shit.
Yeah,
like the underground,
like the Secret Service type shit.
Yeah,
and then it went a level below there with
and then it kind of opened up. Like it was like this big sort of overarching world that they just scraped the surface of.
Yeah.
Like Aaron Taylor Johnson's in there.
Yeah.
Like
do we think that eventually he will become the bad guy though?
Aaron Taylor Johnson?
No.
JD? Potentially.
In that, like in the start of the film, he is the protagonist of the movie.
Yeah.
But for him to get everything in order so that it works out just right, he has to become a bad guy.
Why?
Because he's going to have to send that stuff to what's his face in the past. He's going to have to uncover the plutonium and the gold and all that shit, and then give it to what's his name, Kenneth Branagh's character, Satya, and then go through all the motions. Yeah,
maybe
you either die the hero, you live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
You reckon that's what Nolan's doing again?
Yeah.
Damn. So if they did that, right, the whole, like, let's say they make 3 movies.
Yeah.
The whole trilogy would be around this.
Yeah.
Like this first movie.
Yeah.
But it'd be like the scenes that happen in between them.
That's right. It kind of makes sense. I mean, why did he feel such a, why was he so attracted to what's his face, Dubicki's character?
Yeah,
true. You know what I mean? Like, did they have a life before then? You hear them talking about meeting before then, but yeah. Did they have a life before then?
Potentially. What was like 3 standout things for you?
Dun dun. Practicality. So a lot of the work in there was very practical. Like when they were talking about like, oh, there's less scenes than a rom-com that are visually assisted, I was like, bullshit.
Yeah.
It's got 100% CGI. Practicality. I think what Dave said as well with JD's acting, that really brought me into. The third one, shit, that's a fucking tough one. Because I like this movie all in all. Just the use of temporal inversion as well, and like how they set it up for so you'll see an event and it doesn't make sense, but then it plays in real time moving forward and it does.
Yeah
Like the car crashing when they're going through,
and how that kind of worked out, that he's seen himself in the car and that's who he gave the friggin' thing to.
It's
nuts. What about you there?
It's the story. The story for me. The story is off the charts in this movie.
Best story Nolan's ever done?
No. I like Inception.
Better than this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I like Inception. It's the story. It's the way that, they could have spoiled this movie fucking years ago with a trailer or something, but the way that Nolan presented this movie is not the movie that we think it is.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I like this, the no pun, but the smoke and mirrors of it. The fact that he hid so much from us in this movie.
Yeah.
The fact that all of his trailers are cut from the first 35 minutes of this movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What else is there? Kenneth Branagh.
I think my 3 are how much of a leading man and good at action Robert Pattinson is. That score, because that score, they play it front and then they play it in reverse.
It was beautiful.
Like it just just hit on all sorts of levels.
Yeah.
Goranson needs to get that Oscar.
You reckon he's getting? I reckon at least Oscar nod. Give him the nod.
Who else is there? He didn't win last year.
He won for Black Panther.
Black Panther was 2 years ago, my guy.
Yeah, but
last year the Joker won.
Yeah, but Goranson can't be picking up Oscars every year.
Yeah, he can.
Isn't Goranson a music producer as well?
Yes, he produces for Childish Gambino.
That's fucking crazy.
He's a machine.
Yeah.
Which is why when What's-His-Face tapped him, the Coog tapped him to do What's-His-Face, he flew out to Africa. As soon as he told him, I'm doing Black Panther, I want you to do the score, Goranson flew out to Africa to go record sounds and listen to people the way that they talk.
The instruments.
Yeah. He's pretty hands-on. I wonder what he did for this.
That's an Oscar winner right there.
That's an Oscar winner.
Does his fucking research, comes prepared. And then the third thing that really stood out was that last siege, the temporal pincer maneuver. I had no idea what the fuck they were talking about. But when I seen it, it was like they're both starting at different points.
An hour later.
And then they converged.
Yeah.
And then went to like basically the opposite place.
Yeah.
Like
so in
one team's moving through time and one team's moving backwards through time.
Yeah. It hurts your brain, but
it's the most different action sequence I've seen, and it was like Saving Private Ryan through time.
Yeah. Just seeing bullets fly away from people like that.
Yeah.
You saw bullets just flying away and buildings building themselves on one side and just getting destroyed on the other side. And
and the smoke going backwards.
Yeah.
It just added something really, really different.
Yeah.
Now, do you think that Nolan wins an Oscar for this movie?
For directing? Nah. The Academy will not honor an action movie like this.
This is the most different movie we've seen in a while.
I'd argue that every time Nolan comes out and touches a piece of genre, it's a different.
What was the last movie you made?
Dunkirk.
That
was different for a war movie.
Very different. Extremely different.
And then you got Interstellar before that.
It's different for a time travel.
And then Inception before that.
But is this just a mix of Inception, Interstellar, and Dunkirk?
And a bit of James Bond.
Just sprinkled on there. James Bond, JB, JD,
Potentially. I mean, if this is the franchise that Nolan wants to work on for the next, let's say, 6 years, 2 years a movie.
12 years.
How many is he doing?
He always does a movie in between. 12 years.
12 years. Can you imagine if he hands the sequels off to someone else?
Well, he does a Lucas. I don't want that.
I don't want that either.
And Nolan won't do that because it's his baby.
Yeah.
And he controls every little aspect of it. You see whose name came up, produced by first? His name. Man's probably bankrolled this movie.
I got lots of Edge of Tomorrow feels from this as well. Just the redoing, retreading, kind of felt that as well.
But the retreading was happening at the exact same time, though. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't cut, retry. This was happening at the exact same time.
Yeah. What made me understand the whole concept was when they actually go into that interchange and like they see themselves coming out.
Yeah.
And then they color coordinated it. And then those ended up being the red and blue teams at the end.
Yeah. What do you call it? I like that they didn't
about everything.
I know.
Nolan's the man. But Speaking on that, they didn't like delve into like this massive fucking science behind it. They made like the physics behind it part of Pattinson's role, and it was more in jest than a serious conversation with JD.
Yeah.
And that it was more so just you believe in the magic, if you want to put it like that. Yep, you go in there, it spins, and you come out the other side and you're in reverse.
Yeah. Yeah, I like how they couldn't go through unless they seen themselves come out.
Yeah.
As well. So like they actually seen what happens after they go in.
I think in the sequels they'll delve into the whole grandfather complex thing. If you were to go back in time and kill your grandfather, would you change anything, or
would you still exist?
Would you still exist?
Yeah. So we've been on Nolan's nuts for a while. What was something that like just didn't feel right for you in the movie? Didn't work for you?
The thing that never feels right for me in a lot of Nolan films is just how guns shoot. Like it always throws me off that there's no muzzle flash.
Mm-hmm. But
I guess that's just how pistols normally fire. And I'm just used to the Hollywoody, like actiony, like big flame burst out the end. That Tomb Raider shit where it's like 8 meters long.
Yeah. Because in real life there's no muzzle flash. Sometimes. There's not a muzzle flash every time you shoot the gun.
Yeah.
And it's fucked when you think about it, because Metal Gear Solid didn't have fucking muzzle flash. It just had the smoke coming off the pistol when you shot it.
Yeah, literally how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
I didn't like I think the love story between him and DeBecky could have been taken out.
Yeah.
Didn't need it. He was just using her at the end of the day anyway, so
yeah.
Why?
Like it was really quick for him to connect, and then that be the basis for him not going through with a couple of things.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I could have done without that. I understand that she's with an abusive husband and all that sort of stuff, but
yeah.
Man's just trying to save the world. He wouldn't really care about that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That'd be secondary. We're talking about a world-ending event here.
Yeah.
That would have come secondary to the mission.
Yeah.
I think doesn't take a drink anytime in the movie. Do you notice?
Yeah. Because he's always on mission. What I didn't like was there was very little, if any, character development on John David Washington's character.
Yeah. He was the protagonist.
Yeah. That was it.
What's his name in there?
I can't remember.
They don't say it.
They don't?
I was trying to remember. I don't remember them saying it.
Because every time, well, not every time, but there's a time when they ask the question and he doesn't answer. Like when Debicki comes in when he first initially meets him, she's like, "Oh, it's very nice to meet you, mister." And he says, "What's the name of the artist? Goya?"
Yeah, Goya.
And then she's like, "Mr. Goya." And he's like, "No, Goya." And then he shows the painting.
Yeah, I don't think he ever says his name in there.
Okay.
I think he's strictly known as the protagonist.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm going to check IMDb right now. IMDb.
So maybe he wasn't supposed to have any backstory
right now.
Yeah.
Any character development. But it kind of bummed me out that he didn't.
Yeah.
Because you get to know everyone around him.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Mm-hmm.
It seemed like they were teasing it more for the sequel.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's just a nitpick.
You think him and what's-his-face Pattinson had a sort of, they was together relationship?
Who? Him and JD?
Yeah.
That'd be different.
Because he looked really sad.
Did
you notice that? Like he looked really, like they had spent years together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's literally just the protagonist.
Yeah. Picked that up. I was trying to remember through the movie.
Yeah. I was thinking about it just then.
Yeah. I was trying to remember at the end. I didn't want to stick around for those credits. Otherwise, it's just a whole lot of people, and I don't want to walk through a whole lot of people now.
Yeah.
And I didn't.
Coronavirus.
Yeah.
What do you call it? A lot of the people in this movie didn't have surnames. It was only Michael Caine's character, Kenneth Branagh's character, and that was literally it. Sato.
Wow. You know, I thought they were saying like Sato, as in like Inception.
Yeah.
I was like, but then it was like,
is he going to show up?
Can you imagine?
Can you imagine he takes off the face and it's just Watanabe?
The Watanabe just comes through swinging.
Then he takes off the face again and it's Ra's al Ghul.
Liam Neeson or Watanabe again?
Watanabe again, the sequel. Batman Begins again.
Came back to finish you off. Anything else there?
Fucking props to Nolan, man.
Yeah.
This is a fucking banger of a movie.
I can't wait until I can sit down and actually watch it in my house.
Yeah.
That's what I'm kind of looking forward to. I might actually go watch it at the movies just maybe once.
Again?
Yeah.
Possibly. Maybe just locally.
Yeah.
And just,
hit that Bevo cinema.
Fuck no. I think I do need to watch it again because it's a lot.
It's dense.
It's a lot to sort of process and everything. And
I think it's more the concept. It's not the characters. I don't think they made complex characters because of the complex scenario.
So once because this is out the way and we do think it's going to be a sequel.
Yeah.
Are we going to get a whole lot of character in the next movies then? Because we understand the concept now.
Yeah.
Yeah. That doctor at the start never came back too.
No, he didn't.
He. The chick that's telling him about
you're catching the bullet.
Yeah.
I thought you meant the guy that they rescue at the start.
That's true. They didn't.
Because he had the piece originally.
He had the piece.
It's funny how they never explain that fucking piece to you until the end.
Yeah.
And then it all comes together like Voltron and shit.
Yeah. Like the Staff of Destiny and shit. You shall not pass.
Fucking Nolan is the Balrog, man.
Yeah, how about you?
With
any closing remarks there?
No. I think we kind of said it all.
Yeah.
Solid movie. It's definitely a really good time at the movies. It was like it's worth seeing at the movies.
Yeah.
I
mean, considering you can find places now that are doing $15 movie tickets, go watch it, guys.
Yeah. In Australia. In Australia, that's a big deal.
Yeah. Well, in the US, they've got 15-cent movie tickets. So, yeah, they took it back to when movies opened up. So they were like, yep,
damn,
15 cents.
Can you imagine? You'd be able to watch so many movies in a day. Like if you just had fuck all to do and they just had the classics on, like they were like, oh, go watch Terminator 2. Oh, True Lies is playing shortly after as well. I was spent $300 in one day.
That's a lot of movies.
That is.
You could see all the movies for like $5 if you wanted. Just booking out like whole cinemas and shit.
Just to be the only one in the cinema.
That'd be fire, actually. Like, can you imagine booking out?
I'd enjoy the movie so much more. All
of that cinema. Just be like, all right.
You know, when I booked the tickets for Tenet, I was checking to see if I could do the whole movie cinema.
For real?
Because, you know, it's like $500 to book out the whole fucking cinema. I was sitting there, I was like, is it there? It was expired already. Couldn't do it.
Dang.
That's right. Yeah.
Because if it was just us, fuckers would have been taking notes like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
I just see the guy from the camera. I see you. I was gonna have nowhere to run.
But yeah, go out, go watch Tenet in droves. Hopefully, it forces Warner to go PVOD as well.
Yeah,
and yeah,
I'm pretty sure the drop off will.
Yeah.
Like this movie's going to make money, but I'm pretty sure the drop off will force them to do something.
Yeah.
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 All right. It's a wrap.
That's it for our Tenet review.
But we'll be back shortly.
Don't be surprised we're wearing the same thing.
I'm clean, please. All right, cool. We'll see you guys in the next episode.
Yep.